friend's wedding theme. Not a wedding exactly, but one of the functions. And since I just posted like a YouTube thingy already, I just wanted to post some more because I feel like this is something that I can do easily. So I actually have fire on, so that's hurting me a little bit. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about this time is Alien Ashima Python Galaxy, because I'm wearing the terracing green even now. I feel like she's such a good character, you know, not only because like she's badass and she's talented and she's really like, she's a queen literally, but I feel like out of all of the series that I've read, it is always like, you know, the girl waiting for the guy to come in and make like some sort of like bring some sort of change in her life. But even before Rowan Whitethorn entered Alien's life, she was already like struggling through things. She already had like a goal, you know, she already had like a goal that she wanted to achieve. Like, do you remember that scene in the second book when like K-all and all just like it like fell down, like the entire thing came like crumbling down, and she screamed at him like, you will never be my friend, you'll always be my enemy. Like, after you finish like reading the six books, after you finish reading like the 8 books, you realize there was so much history going on that we had no idea about. Like, we had no idea what was going on. And I don't know, I just feel like no matter what happens, I feel like she'll be fine. Like, I'm not worried about her. I was watching Stree 2 last night with my parents, and like, I was scared because I was scaredy cat and I feel scared with everything. But like, after a point, I felt so angry at this little bitch, you know what I mean? And then I was just thinking that how cool would it be if Alien Ashima Python just showed up right then. How cool would it be if she came in with like her firepower and she would beat the shit out of this man? Like, there is not a single thing that Alien Ashima Python Galaxy cannot do. You know what I mean? Like, I have so much hope in her and like faith, you know. And I feel like, I mean, my love for Alien Ashima Python Galaxy goes above and beyond. You'll find out soon how. But like, I don't know. I feel like I would love to be friends with her. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to be friends with all of the characters that I read about, but her especially. Like, usually when I read about characters, I'm usually like, you know, like, I could have done that, or like, I wish that happened to me. I want nothing what happened to Alien Ashima to happen to me. But then I also want to follow her. Like, I know there is no comparison. Like, other also, like, there might not literally be any, but still I could feel that I could at least like have done something like that. But Alien Ashima Galathinius is so different from who I am, but so close to who I want to be. You know what I mean? So I feel like a lot of people who are like struggling with things, I feel like that's where the reading comes in and helps you. You know what I mean? Like, I was writing an article for my job for something related to this only, and it's not about like what you're reading. Is it like intellectual, or if it's like funny, or if it's emotional? It's literally like, how does it help you be at peace with yourself? You know? And I feel like reading about, oh my god, I can't do this on that. I feel like reading about Alien Ashima Python Galathinius brings me a lot of peace. Like, more than I can. Like, I'm not worried when she's on the page. Like, I'm waiting for her to come on the page. I'm waiting for everybody else to shut up so that she can speak. She and Manon both, honestly. But Manon is a little like no business, like no bullshit kind of a person, which is more who I am also. That was my love for Alien Ashima Python Galathinius. Oh my god. This This thing went into my sleeve. Alrighty then. Okay, I am really sleepy. So I'm gonna go and sleep now. Because I have to wash a whole face full of makeup. There's a lot of things to wash. Okay, so I'm gonna go and sleep now. Hello, good morning. This is 2 days later. Because while I'm editing the video, I am realizing that I'm going to add something which I did not plan on. So I'm just letting you know what it is. It's literally 6 a.m. right now. There's no sun. I'm sitting with my coffee and my cat is right here. Okay, so this, I basically, while I read the series, I read it with like the audiobook as well as like particular like instrumental music playing in the background for like each scene or each character or something. So this is what I've edited. This is basically a scene from the 4th book, and I really like how it like forms like the highs and lows of being Elaine Ashriver Whitethorn Galathinius. She's done something really drastic. Maybe a little spoilery. I mean, you could if you read at all, if you know anything about books, you know what is coming after you read the first book, right? So this is just her going after having gone through like a really traumatic time, just like really traumatic time. She's like, the way that she like holds herself in, you know, does what she needs to do, gets shit done like she was supposed to, and then the moment it is over, she is gone, like she's a mess, you know. So I love her. Okay, so this is what it is. I have more as well like this, but I don't know when I'm gonna post it. So this is just like how I read this book. Okay, enjoy.
The scent of pine and snow hit her, and she realized how they had survived the fall. Aelin got to her feet, swaying. The sloping hill down to the city had been demolished, its trees and lampposts and greenery shredded by the glass. She didn't want to know about the people who had been on the grounds, or in the castle. She forced herself to walk. Toward the wall, toward the panicked city beyond, toward the new world that beckoned. 2 scents converged, then a third, a strange wild scent that belonged to everything and nothing. But Aelin did not look at Adian, or Rowan, or Lysandra, as she descended the hill to the city. Every step was an effort, every breath a trial to pull herself back from the brink, to hold on to the here and now, and what had to be done. Aelin approached the towering glass wall that now separated the castle from the city, that separated death from life. She punched a battering ram of blue flame through it. More yelling arose as the flame ate away at the glass, forming an archway. The people beyond, crying and holding one another, or gripping their heads or covering their mouths, went quiet as she strode through the door she'd made. The gallows still stood just beyond the wall. It was the only raised surface that she could see. Better than nothing. Aelin ascended the butchering block, her court falling into rank behind her. Rowan was limping, but she didn't allow herself to examine him, to even ask if he was all right. Not yet. Aelin kept her shoulders back, her face grave and unyielding as she stopped at the edge of the platform. "Your king is dead," she said. The crowd stirred. "Your prince lives." "All hail Dorian Havilyard," someone shouted down the street. No one else echoed it. "My name is Aelin Ashriver Galathinius," she said, "and I am the Queen of Terrasen." The crowd murmured. Some onlookers stepped away from the platform. "Your prince is in mourning. Until he is ready, this city is mine." Absolute silence. "If you loot, if you riot, if you cause one lick of trouble," she said, looking a few in the eye, "I will find you and I will burn you to ash." She lifted a hand, and flames danced at her fingertips. "If you revolt against your new king, if you try to take his castle, then this wall," she gestured with her burning hand, will turn to molten glass and flood your streets, your homes, your throats. Aelin lifted her chin, her mouth cutting a hard, unforgiving line as she surveyed the crowd filling the streets. People craning to see her, see the fey ears and elongated canines, see the flames flickering around her fingers. I killed your king. His empire is over. Your slaves are now free people. If I catch you holding on to your slaves, if I hear of any household keeping them captive, you are dead. If I hear of you whipping a slave or trying to sell one, you are dead. So I suggest that you tell your friends and families and neighbors. I suggest that you act like reasonable, intelligent people. And I suggest that you stay on your best behavior until your king is ready to greet you, at which time I swear on my crown that I will yield control of this city to him. If anyone has a problem with it, you can take it up with my court. She motioned behind her. Rowan, Adian, and Lysandra, bloodied, battered, filthy, grinned like hellions. Or, Aelin said, the flames winking out on her hand, you can take it up with me. Not a word. She wondered whether they were breathing. But Aelin didn't care as she strode off the platform, back through the gate she'd made, and all the way up the barren hillside to the stone castle. She was barely inside the oak doors before she collapsed to her knees and wept.